live? We're live. We're live. I got audio. What's up, everybody? Glad you're here today. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see here. We got a few people on. What's up? What's up? Say what's up in the comments. Let me know how your day is going. I see some people on. We're live streaming like everywhere right now. So we're on the Kerry Eggler Facebook page. We're in the Shirt School group. We're in the Shirt School VIP group, and we're on YouTube. So let me know who you are and where you're watching from. This is a little bit of an impromptu live stream today. Wanted to talk through some of the Facebook changes with iOS 14, different stuff happening. And, you know, this is a little on the techie side today. You know, there might be some of you guys watching. You might be like, I have no idea what's going on. Hopefully I can help you. There's other of you guys that are, I'm sure, running Facebook ads and you're thinking like, what the heck is going on with iOS 14? How do I fix this? And so hopefully I can provide you some help today. I will let you know that I'm not able to monitor all the streams at one time. I'm in a little over my head right now with all the different streams, but I'm trying to see all the different comments coming in. I see a few people here. I see Kenya. I see you. Hi there, Kenya from College Park. That's awesome. Good to have you. David from Eugene, Oregon. What's up, David? The day is going to be awesome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Some of you guys, I can't see the names either. So, you know, we're just having fun here. Nick Johnson's here. First time tuning in. Super interested in the changes from this, watching from South Alabama. I just had a Zoom call with Nick. That was fun. What's up, Nick? Glad you're here. So again, this is kind of just a little bit impromptu. A couple hours ago, I was like, man, I should probably go live and help people with Facebook. So if we haven't talked in a while, my name's Kerry. Nice to meet you. Glad that you're here. I am the founder of Shirt School and love teaching people how to grow and scale their online t-shirt and apparel businesses. And so if you have a t-shirt, apparel, print-on-demand business, glad to have you here. If you don't have one of those businesses, that's okay too. Hopefully you'll learn something today. But that's about all I got for you. Let's jump into this. I'm looking here. Oh, David Ingram, I see you. How's it going? Christian, I see you from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. All right. Okay. Who else we got? Anybody else? Tim, what's up, Tim from Texas? Okay. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Home of cold right now. 20 degrees, 20-ish degrees. Cold, so cold. All right, guys, so let's jump into this. Again, this is probably a little more on the techie side today. I want to walk you through what's going on with iOS 14 and how it relates to your Facebook ads and what you can do to kind of combat that if you're running Facebook ads. We're going to be kind of talking in the context of e-commerce, t-shirts, apparel, print on demand, all that kind of stuff, mainly e-commerce, how that relates to Shopify, that kind of thing. But, you know, if you're not doing e-commerce or apparel or anything like that, you'll still get some good stuff out of this because it really applies to everything. You know, it's affecting me when I sell my courses in Shirt School, and it's also affecting me on the t-shirt side and e-commerce side. So, but it's going to affect different businesses in different ways. So I'm going to kind of read through what Facebook is saying about all these iOS changes and how it's affecting their ads. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will explain more throughout this live stream, and I'll kind of try to make it a little simpler for you. But essentially, let's start here. If you're running Facebook ads, hopefully you know about what the Facebook Pixel is. Okay, the Facebook Pixel is a little piece of code that pretty much everybody should have on their website. If you don't, you need to get the Pixel installed. You don't want to be running Facebook ads without the Pixel. And that little piece of code kind of tracks everything that your customers do. So it tracks if they add an item to the cart or if they make a purchase, or it tracks what pages they view. And it does all this through cookies and through, you know, tracking, right? All this kind of tracking that is inside of our phones and our computers, these little cookies that track everything. And that's kind of how the Pixel works in a nutshell. It's a little piece of code you put on your website, and it just tracks what people are doing on your website, okay? So how does that relate to Facebook ads? When it comes to Facebook ads, we use the Pixel to get better results with our Facebook ads because we can actually tell Facebook, hey, use the Pixel and go find us people who are more likely to make a purchase or more likely to add to cart or we can use the pixel for engagement or whatever. We can use the pixel for a lot of different things. But it's essentially Facebook's way of tracking what a person does on your website so that you can use that data to make more money, make more sales, all that kind of stuff, and track everything, okay? So Apple has come out with a new iOS update that is essentially getting rid of that tracking, okay? It's going to be more difficult for us to track our sales and all that kind of stuff and use our Facebook ads with the Pixel because iOS is kind of pooping on the Pixel. They're not allowing that kind of tracking anymore on their iOS. Now they are allowing it, but users are going to have to opt into it now, and they're making apps that are in the App Store put up Facebook is calling it a discouraging prompt that basically nobody's going to opt into because of the way it's worded. And so Facebook has an app in the App Store. Obviously, if you have an Apple phone, you have an App Store, you probably have the Facebook app, right? So Facebook, as an app developer for iOS, they have to show this prompt, and they have to say, hey, we're tracking everything that you do with cookies, opt in or opt out. And most people are going to opt out is the consensus because of the way it's worded and because they have to put this prompt up. So I'm going to read through really quick what Facebook is saying about this. Facebook is very mad about this change, and they're pretty pissed off at Apple. They're because Apple's kind of killing small business to an extent. That's what a lot of people think, and we'll talk about throughout this live stream. We're going to talk about how you can combat this if you're running Facebook ads, how you can do everything that you can to avoid this. Right? We're going to talk about what you need to do. So that's the real goal of this live stream, is that you come out of this understanding what is happening as much as we can and understand what steps you need to take today to make sure that your ads are still going to perform and that you're going to be able to run Facebook ads effectively and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I think this will be helpful to you guys. So I gave you kind of my explanation. Let's share screen, and I don't know why you're seeing that little live stream over there, but let's change that up. Let's just go primary display. Boom. Okay. So this is kind of the first page that I want to read for you, at least skim through for you. And this is, to me, this is Facebook kind of explaining it in simpler terms. And then we've got another page here where Facebook kind of explains it in a little more techie terms and kind of tells you what to do. So this is kind of the press release first. How Apple's changes may significantly limit your marketing efforts. In June, at its WWDC, Apple announced product and policy changes that will impact data sharing across iOS. The policy and the limits it places on advertising will harm the growth of businesses and the free internet. So as you can see, Facebook's not very happy about this. And you'll see throughout this, they're pretty mad, okay? We believe that free ad-supported businesses have been essential to the growth and vitality of the internet, and that personalized ads and user privacy can coexist. We support proactive privacy measures and data transparency, but we don't agree with Apple's policy changes. So impacts to personalized ads. So let's talk about real quick, what are personalized ads? Personalized ads basically mean that I can show you an ad that is based off of what you have shopped for or what you've done on a website, right? So it's more personalized. So if you come to my website and you look at some products and you're like, man, I'm really interested in this product, but you don't buy, I can then run an ad to you that shows you that product that you've seen. That's called retargeting. And they're personalized ads, and they're much more effective, and they're cheaper for business owners that are running ads on Facebook's platform, okay? It's personalized. You guys all, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you all know when you go to a website and you're surfing around and then all of a sudden you jump on Facebook and you get an ad for that product and you're like, why are they tracking me? Well, that's what we're talking about here. That's what basically what iOS is trying to take away. So impact of personalized ads. Apple's proposed changes will limit your ability to effectively reach, understand, and engage people on mobile devices and across the web. They will impact your ability to understand performance, control who sees your ads, and make informed decisions about your advertising budgets. As these changes take effect, over time, you may see an overall decrease in ad performance and personalization and an increase in cost per action. What does that mean? That means you're going to see less sales happening in Facebook ads, and you're going to see increase in cost to get somebody to take an action. Okay, don't be discouraged. I'm gonna explain this better and hopefully give you some encouragement and how to fix this and how to go about it. Specifically, these changes will limit your ability to effectively deliver ads to people based on their engagement with your business. Measure and report on conversions from certain customers. Ensure your ads are delivered to the most relevant audiences and they're at the right frequency. Accurately attribute app installs to people using iOS 14 or later. We don't care about that one. Probably most of us are not developing apps, so we don't care about that one. Predict and optimize cost per action over time and efficiently allocate budgets. So this is kind of the final bit here. Apple's policy will make it much harder for small businesses to reach their target audience, which will limit their growth and their ability to compete with big companies. Case in point, our studies show when running ads on the Facebook family of apps to drive sales on their websites, small businesses saw a cut of over 60% of their sales on average for every dollar spent when they weren't able to use their own data to find customers on Facebook. For example, currently a local bookstore could spend $50 on a relevant and personalized ad and may win 5 sales. Without the use of their own data to personalize that ad, that business would spend $50 and may only win 2 sales. We don't anticipate the proposed iOS 14 changes to cause a full loss of personalization, but rather a move in that direction. Without predictable ad costs and personalized ads, you're accustomed to creating and running many new products and services would never get off the ground. We believe in the opportunity for ad-supported businesses to start and grow, but we do not agree with Apple's attempt to disrupt the online ad ecosystem and the small business opportunities it makes possible and sustains. Anyways, they go on to say their commitment is they're going to continue to provide stability to small businesses and advertisers. They're going to do everything they can to fight it and, make it better. So let's go full screen again, and then we'll come back and read some more, but let's talk about this. We got more people joining. If you're just now joining, what up? Hopefully you're doing well. And I see a few more comments. I'm not monitoring all the feeds, but what's up, Steve? What's up, Donnell? Good to have you guys on. We're talking about Facebook ads and iOS 14. Boo. Anyways, so that's pretty discouraging, right? Like everything we read there is it's pretty discouraging. There's 2 sides to this. The side that I think we're on and that I'm on is I'm a business owner. I run Facebook ads and I want those Facebook ads to be as personalized as possible because I want to spend the least amount of money that I can to get somebody to come to my website and make a purchase, right? And, as you're reading this, you might be realizing some things. If you guys are watching right now and you've never run Facebook ads, what we're talking about here is essentially the reason that your Facebook ads are more expensive when you're first starting. A lot of you guys, a lot of our students, I know we probably have quite a few students watching this, and I don't have I can't see how many are watching in the VIP group where our students are, but a lot of what I see with a lot of our students is, your first times running Facebook ads, sometimes it takes months for you to actually figure out how to run a profitable Facebook ad campaign. And that's because when you're just starting to run Facebook ads, your pixel does not know who is going to buy your products. Facebook does not know who is going to buy your products. And as you get more data onto that pixel, you're going to see your costs drop and your Facebook ads become more profitable. It's going to cost you less to get a customer as your Facebook pixel and your ad account and all that stuff gets smarter. So what's happening here is when iOS takes away the ability for your pixel to function properly, and it takes away the ability for the Facebook algorithm to effectively find you buyers, that means your ad costs are going to probably stay high, right? Potentially they're going to stay high. They're not going to be able to optimize as well as they used to. And even if you have an older ad account, you've been running ads for a long time, your ads are not going to be as effective because the pixel's not going to be able to use that data effectively, okay? All the data you have from buyers and all that kind of stuff and traffic coming to your website. So yeah, this is a big deal. I don't want to sugarcoat it. This is a big deal. This sucks on the surface here. Now, Facebook's doing some things to combat this. I'm going to give you some tips that I have for you to combat this. but that's kind of it in a nutshell. So I want to pause there for a second, and let's take like, what questions do you guys have as far as that goes? I know that's probably a little confusing for some people. I totally get it. It's confusing for me. It's confusing for a lot of experts, but what questions do you have regarding kind of what we just talked about? Do you understand what's going on here? That Apple is basically taking away the ability for us to track what our customers are doing. And as you're kind of hopefully posting some questions there, the other side to the story is that iOS wants to protect your privacy as a Apple user, and I get that. I get that they don't want you to be tracked, I guess. They don't, and you guys probably are like, well, I don't want to be tracked either. A lot of you guys may be thinking that. And I also think, it's a little bit in response to, everything going on with ads and platforms and all that kind of stuff. Apple wants to be super careful. Everything going on in the media, the elections, all this kind of stuff, all the crazy stuff. Facebook's trying to put things into place to protect the customer, right? They want to protect their customers, and I get that. But this is could potentially be very detrimental to small business owners like us who run Facebook ads. And, over the last 3 years, I've put probably close to $1 million through Facebook ads. I've put a lot of money through Facebook ads, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. And, it's concerning. It's concerning. Now, so let me look here, because I'm not looking at all the streams currently. I'm looking in our Facebook page. I don't see any questions there urgently. Let me bump over to the groups here. We got some people trying to get into Shirt School. Let me let you in here so you can into Shirt School, the group, so that you can jump on this live stream if you're not already watching. Let's jump over into the Shirt School group and see what's going on there. We only got one comment there. Will Windows, this is from Desiree, will Windows and Android will be affected? Do they still hold a big share of the marketplace? That's a great question. I don't think Windows holds much. Like, it's probably like the tiniest percentage. But Android, definitely. Let's check if we can find kind of what their market size is in the U.S. So Android's got 38% of the market as of January 2021 in the United States. Now, globally, Android has more market share than Apple. At least they have last time I checked, considerably more. But in the US, you've got 61% of people on iOS. You've got 38% of people on Android. So, number one, this isn't going to kill your ads. It's not going to totally kill your ads. And number two, what I'm about to show you on the second half of this, so don't leave, is we've got some tools to be able to track iOS, okay? It's not like iOS is not going to be able to be tracked. There's a lot of layers to this that we're going to be learning for a long time, okay? Nick says, has there been any talk, or do you have any inclination if Android or others in the industry will receive pressure and follow suit? I haven't seen anything, Nick, but I can tell you this. The iOS update will also be affecting Google ads. I mean, any type of ad platform that's using these cookies to track customers, whether that be there's a pixel for TikTok. I mean, there's pixels everywhere. The Google tracking code. I mean, it's the same idea. So it will be affecting multiple ad platforms. This is not just about Facebook ads, even though it's a lot of people are talking about Facebook ads because Facebook ads are the most widely used platform for small businesses. But I don't know if Android will follow suit. I mean, Android's really the only other player in this. Like, Windows doesn't really have a market share. I mean, BlackBerry's dead. I mean, there's not. So it's really Windows. Like in the US, it's iOS 61% and Android 38%. So I think that's less than 1% is another platform. So let me bump over into the Shirt School VIP group and see what's going on there. If anybody's over there asking questions, see what we got. We do have a few comments there. Okay. Don't see any questions. Okay. Michael says, does this only affect those that use an iPhone? I mean, are they the ones that we won't be able to track? 100%, Michael. That's right. And like I said, 61% of the people in the US are using an iPhone. It's a lot of people. Okay. Karen, Amazon is out. No way to move. I don't know what that means, Karen. I'm sorry. I'm not sure there. Nick says these seems to primarily seem to focus on the Pixel, but it is fair to assume this would also impact the ability to generally target iOS users due to an increase in information shared with apps in general. Yeah, you're on the money there, Nick. It's going to affect a lot of different things. Okay, and we got more people joining. So, with that being said, we talked about all the negative. It sucks. Okay, what can we do to combat this? What can we do to still run effective ads? And you guys, most of you guys know me, right? If you're watching right now, you've probably been on a live stream with me before. Most of you guys, I know a few you guys haven't, and if you're new, welcome. Glad you're here. But you guys have probably been following me for a while because this is like a diehard live stream. Like you got to be a diehard to talk about tracking codes and pixels and all this stuff. But most of you guys will know I'm a positive guy, right? I'm always gonna find that positive silver lining, you could say, in the crap right here that we're kind of dealing with. So let's talk about number one. Let me talk about number one. When does this go into effect? I don't know, because I say that because I've done research, but from what I can gather, this isn't an immediate. It's not like tomorrow your ads are gonna just die. Okay, or my ads are going to die. This is people updating their device. This is apps updating in the App Store. This is some people are going to opt in. I mean, there's going to be people that opt into it, right? Not everybody's going to opt out. So we just talked about 61% of the market is iOS. Well, maybe 40% of those people opt out, but that's still maybe 20% of those people opt in, whatever. Or, I'm sorry, maybe 60% of those people opt out and 40% still opt in. And it's not going to be that like in 5 minutes from now, my phone's going to pop up and it's going to be, and every phone in the world is going to have the update. Okay. This is a slow rollout. So you're going to see changes happening probably all year, at least for the foreseeable future. For the next 3 to 6 months, there's going to be a lot of moving parts and things happening. Okay. So it's not just like Facebook ads are dead. They're not dead at all. Not even close to dead. Okay. But so that's number one. This isn't like on this date, everything is dead. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, let's talk about what Facebook is doing to combat this, and then we'll move into what you need to do on your ads. And I also want to tell you what I'm seeing personally with my ads and what I'm seeing with some of our students, okay? So I'm going to jump over to this article, and I'm going to share my screen, and we'll read some of this. This is how Apple's iOS 14 release may affect your ads and reporting. Some of this is repetitive from what we just talked about. Apple's announced changes that will impact how we receive and process conversion events from tools like the Facebook Pixel. Businesses that advertise mobile apps, we're not advertising mobile apps, most of us, as well as those that optimize, target, and report on web conversions events from any of our business tools will be affected. Specifically, Apple will begin to require that all apps in the App Store show a discouraging prompt to users on iOS 14 devices and according with their app tracking transparency framework. Blah, blah, blah. We don't need to keep going through that. Okay, here we go. Get ready. This is important stuff. This is the most important part. In response to these changes, we will also start processing pixel conversion events from iOS 14 devices using aggregated event measurement. This will support your efforts to preserve user privacy and help you run effective campaigns. We'll provide updates and additional resources to support businesses advertising on our platform as they become available. Okay, so number one, Facebook has released the aggregated event measurement to combat this, which I will show you in a minute. Number two, they are continuing to release tools that will help us combat these issues, okay? So, actions we can take. Facebook's aggregated event measurement allows for measurement of web events from iOS 14 devices. Okay, good. Woo! Good. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if that's like, I'm sure it's not as accurate as the Pixel or whatever, but this is a new way of Facebook tracking everything that will work with iOS 14 devices. Here's what you can do to prepare so that you continue to deliver and measure the performance of your campaigns, okay? Number one, don't worry about this because this is only if you have an app that you're advertising, okay? So if you're advertising some kind of app, if you're trying to get app installs, worry about that. We don't need to worry about that. If you plan to deliver ads optimized for conversion events that occur on your business's website, here's what you need to do. Number one, you need to verify your domain. Okay, verify your domain. Let me show you how to do that. Okay. This right here is Business Manager. This is what Business Manager looks like. You're going to have a Business Manager account. I'm not going to explain today about Ads Manager, Business Manager, all this stuff. If you're running ads, though, you need to be using Facebook Ads Manager, and you need to be using Business Manager, okay? Go set it up. It's pretty self-explanatory. Once you've got a Business Manager account, you're going to come down here to Brand Safety, click on that bad boy, and click on Domains, okay? You're either going to see one of two things. You're either going to see this, where you need to add your domain, or you're going to see your domain there, and it might need to be verified. One of the two things. So all that you need to do here, and it'll walk you through this. I'm not going to do every step, but you're going to add your domain. If it's not already there, you're going to type in your website. Okay. It could be like carriescooltees.com. We're going to hit add domain. And what it's going to do is it's going to have you add a TXT record to your domain DNS records. I know that sounds really, really scary. Let me try to show you that real quick. You're going to want to go to wherever your domain is hosted. For a few of my domains, I use Namecheap, which I like. A lot of you guys are probably using GoDaddy. A lot of you guys you've bought your domain through Shopify. Okay. Wherever you bought your domain from, GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, Shopify, you want to go there. Okay. Go there and log in. Then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to go to the domain. So we're just going to use carrieegler.com as an example. We're going to hit manage domain. You're going to find your DNS records. Here's our DNS. And you guys, this live stream I won't delete it. Like it's going to be in the Facebook group. If you're watching in the Shirt School group, you can come back and watch this again. If you're watching in the VIP group, you'll be able to come back and watch this again. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be posted on our YouTube. So you're going to find your DNS records, right? So we're going to click on our DNS records. It's going to be very similar in GoDaddy or even in Shopify. You can add a DNS record there. And inside Facebook, it's going to give you a little kind of, it's going to look like jargon, okay? You're going to copy it, and you're going to create a new record in your DNS records. You can see it right here, TXT record. You see that Facebook domain verification? That's where I did it for carrieegler.com. So you're going to hit add new record, and you're going to add a TXT record, okay? TXT record. And once you add that TXT record, you're just going to paste this little code, Facebook domain verification, in there. And then usually within 15, 20 minutes or maybe up to a couple hours, it will register over in your Business Manager, and you'll see that your domain is verified. Okay? That's step number one. Okay? Step number one. So let's keep moving here again. If you're not tracking with me, come back and watch this again. Okay, so that's number one. And then number two is this really complicated sounding thing. Again, this is a lot of complex sounding stuff. In reality, it's pretty easy. It's not like too difficult, but I know it feels super techie, jargony, it's tough. Okay. So I'm trying to make this simple for you guys. Just do these steps and you'll be fine. Configure 8 preferred web conversion events per domain in Events Manager. Aggregated event measurement limits domains to 8 conversion events that can be used for campaign optimization. Facebook will initially configure the conversion events we believe are the most relevant to your business based on your activity. Okay, so let's stop here. And I'm going to go full screen for a little bit. Let me try to explain what's going on here in as simple terms as I possibly can. We're going to specifically talk about a Shopify store. Okay, we're going to put this in the context of a Shopify store. Let me know in the comments on all our platforms, are you using Shopify? If you're using Shopify, let me know, because I assume most people are using Shopify. Just put a yes in the chat so I know if you're using Shopify or not, because I assume that's what most people are using. So let me know, because I want to talk in the context of Shopify. So the first thing here that it says is Facebook's going to automatically configure your most used conversion events. So as you guys probably know, hopefully, if you're a Share It School student or if you've heard me talk about Facebook ads, I recommend that most of the time you're optimizing your ads for conversions and specifically for purchases. What that means is you're telling Facebook, I want sales. Go out and find me sales, okay? So you're optimizing for purchases. So when we talk about a conversion event, we are talking about an action that someone is doing on our website. So if I go to your website and I add something to the cart, we could call that a conversion event. I made a conversion. If I go and make a purchase on your website, that's a conversion event. If I go just view a web page, that's a conversion event. Okay. I see most people are using Shopify. I love Shopify. I'm a big fan. It's where all my stores are hosted. I see somebody says open cart. Somebody says thinking about Launchcart. Launchcart's a solid platform. But most people using Shopify. Okay. A couple of people saying maybe Launchcart. Yeah. I mean, it's a good platform. It has some drawbacks. Okay. It's not as powerful as Shopify, but it is great if you're a complete beginner. Let's put it that way. So we're talking about conversion events. So Facebook's going to automatically configure your most used conversion events. So that means if you've already run Facebook ads, it's going to automatically create your most used conversion events and put those in the Facebook aggregated events manager or whatever management. Okay. So let me get to the right page here and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about, because you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, let me click on this button and see. So basically, this isn't going to be like I wish I could make it a little more detailed, but it's not going to be as detailed as I like it to be, but it's okay. So what you want to do is inside of your business manager, you're going to click on business tools and you're going to click on events manager. Okay. Events manager. This is where, and you're going to get here and you're probably going to have this little note here. Okay. Apple has announced changes, blah, 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 blah. We'll use our aggregated event measurement protocol to process events. Yes, I can share the page. I don't know. I'd have to post that everywhere. So maybe I'll just post it after this live stream, like in the groups. But I can do that. So by default, we've added up to 8 events on your domains that are recommended for your business, but you can manage these configurations in Events Manager. Visit the Resource Center for more information. You're going to see this button right here, Aggregated Events, Event Measurement. Now, if you've verified your domain, you should, when you click on that, you should see already like 8 events here. Okay. So all this to say, if you're using Shopify and you already have your Pixel installed, you really don't have to do anything here. You're pretty much set up. I would just advise you to go in here and make sure there aren't any flags or any like red any red flags sticking out that you need to clear out. So you see mine here. I've got this diagnostics thing that tells me I need to verify my domain. Okay, because I haven't done that yet for what it's trying to do. Make sure you verify your domains. Then go over here. Make sure when you click on aggregated event measurement, that it's showing 8 events here. It should say it's going to look similar to this. It's going to say like page view content, add to cart. It's going to have those events there. If you see any red flags or anything, you want to make sure that you do whatever it's saying, okay? Do whatever it's telling you to do. But if you're using Shopify, it's another reason it's, Shopify is great, is Shopify has a really good integration with Facebook. They work hand in hand. It's got, a great integration with the Pixel. You're going to be fine. Okay. You're going to be fine when it comes to Shopify. So you just need to check this stuff. You need to verify your domain. Okay. Stay tuned. Stay with me. I know we're probably getting a little bogged down because now we've been on for 35 minutes, but I'm going to tell you what I recommend you do going forward as you're kind of running ads. Okay. Somebody said, why is it blurry? I'm not sure. It looks pretty clear on my end. So if you're using Shopify, you should be pretty much good to go as long as you verified your domain. Just double check this in your events manager. Got me? Got me. Good? Okay. Let's go full screen again. So those are the two biggest things that you need to do. Make sure your aggregated event measurement is good. Verify your domains. Not a whole lot. Okay. Now, let me tell you what I'm seeing already, what some students are seeing, and how I recommend that you look at your ads. Really, listen, what I'm about to tell you in the next 10 to 15 minutes is how you should be thinking about advertising in general as a business owner, okay? If you are aspiring to be a real online business owner or a business owner in general, this is how you need to be assessing things in general. If you want to be $1 million business owner, you've got to start thinking you've got to start doing the things that $1 million business owner is doing, okay? So you've got to adjust kind of mindset. This is kind of a little bit of mindset here that I'm about to go into with you. But first off, let's talk about what I am seeing. I will tell you the ads that I'm currently running are not tracking very well. They're not tracking very well. I will tell you this, I'm still getting great results as far as running ads, but I can't track them very closely. So what I mean by that is what I'm seeing is I'm still seeing that I'm still getting sales and traffic, but I'm not tracking them as well in Facebook ads, in the ads manager. So I'm only seeing a small portion of my sales inside ads manager. Okay, so I've got an offer running right now that inside, I'll give you an example. Since I launched this product, I've got like 104 sales on it, okay? But my Facebook ads manager, and that's the primary way I'm running traffic to it, I'm only showing 41 sales. So it's off by like 60 something sales. It's crazy that it's that off. Now, I know some of those are coming from other places. I get that, but it's still off. Like the majority of those should be coming from my Facebook ads. So, I can't say for sure yet, but my estimate is that this thing is probably off by 20, 30%, from what I've seen in the past. Facebook Ads Manager currently for me is not tracking as well as it used to already. It looks like things are changing, okay? Again, I want to reiterate, that does not mean that I'm not getting the same results. That means that it's not tracking as well. So what you guys are going to see as you're running these Facebook ads, you might still be getting results. There might still be things happening on your store. Sales might be happening, add to carts, but you may not be tracking that as closely. It may not show as well inside of your ads manager. So one of our coaching students the other day, we're on a call, and he was talking to me about his Facebook ads. This is in our Accelerator coaching program. It's kind of the highest tier of our offerings that we have. And also stay tuned, because right as soon as I'm done talking with this, I want to talk to you about something new we're doing that I think you guys will really like. It's a really helpful new program. But he's heavily running Facebook ads for his t-shirts. He's had a ton of success. He's got double his sales. Like, he's doubling his sales from what he did the last few months of last year, which is crazy because it was the holiday season. He's doing really, really well. And he came to our call on Monday and he said, man, my Facebook ads just fell off a cliff and they're not working anymore. And so the question I asked him was, okay, did your sales actually dip, or are your sales the same and your Facebook ads are not showing as many sales? Okay, so that's the question you need to ask if you're currently running ads and you've had results in the past and you're trying to figure out, are your ads working? I ask him, did your sales go down? Are you seeing less sales, or are you just not seeing as many sales in Facebook ads? And he was basically like, well, now that I think about it, I'm still getting a lot of sales, and as soon as I turn off the ads, the sales stopped. Right? So I don't have this figured out, guys, but I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing and what, some students are seeing. And so, I'll tell you one more student. It was the exact same thing. As I was on a call earlier. It was a one-on-one call with one of our students, and he's very successful. He did over $1 million last year with his t-shirt business and with our program, and he did it almost 100% through Facebook ads. And we got on a call and he said, man, we ran Facebook ads profitably last year, but they're not as profitable at the beginning part of this year. And I asked him the same question. I said, well, are you seeing your sales go down, or are you just not tracking? Are you not seeing the sales tracking in Facebook Ads Manager? And again, he kind of looked at me like, maybe you're right. And so what I'm saying is, your Facebook ads might still be working just as well as they were before, but you may just not be able to track them as closely in Ads Manager. So what do? Well, you need to start tracking on a monthly basis your marketing spend, your expenses, and your total revenue, right? You need to be looking at that more holistically from a higher level, more of a 30,000 foot view. You need to be less concerned with the small, like, is this ad getting sales, and more concerned with, am I profitable monthly? Okay. So you look at your sales and you say, okay, let's just say I got $5,000 in sales this month. I spent $1,000 on ads, and it costed me $2,500 to pay for all the shirts and fulfill all the orders. That's $3,500 in expenses. So I was profitable $1,500. It's more important that you're profitable on a higher level like that from a higher view than it is on the micro level from ad to ad, okay? Because when you're doing this right, when you're building your t-shirt and apparel business the right way, you need to be capturing email addresses, right? You need to potentially be capturing SMS and Messenger, and you need to be more concerned with repeat business than you are new business. And when you're more concerned with repeat business, you're going to drive your average order value up. You're going to get repeat customers, and that's going to make you way more profitable. So myself, when I look at my business on a monthly basis, I'm not as concerned with if one specific ad is tracking a bunch of purchases. I'm more concerned with, okay, how many emails were added to my list? What is my profitability on a monthly basis? If my profitability is stable, I'm good. I'm not worried about if that one little ad is tracking correctly, okay? So I encourage you guys, look at it a little more holistically, a little more from that higher level view. Of course, we would love the tracking to be spot on, of course, and it's never been spot on. If you're wondering, I've been running Facebook ads for almost 4 years at this point. The glory days of Facebook ads, the tracking has never been accurate, okay? It's never been accurate. So that's not new. Okay. But it's definitely getting worse with these kind of changes. So you need to be tracking your sales and looking at it on a higher level to see whether you're profitable and that kind of thing. Okay. I know that this is the last thing I'll say, but I know that when especially when you're just starting out, it is extremely difficult to let your ads run and not just be obsessed with looking at them and making sure they're profitable, but you will be a much happier person if you can just budget to know that I'm going to let my ads run for a week, and then I'm going to look at what my total sales are like and see if I'm profitable off of that, rather than like watching over them 100 times a day. I've been there when I was just starting out, and it's difficult, right? Like, you're spending money and you're worried about whether they're working and everything, but you'll be a much happier person if you let them run in 5 to 7 day time spans. Just let them roll and then come back and assess them. Okay, and look at it from a higher level view. Okay, so that's kind of what I have for you. I want to take questions for about the next 5 minutes, and I can try to answer any questions that you guys might have about this. I don't have all the answers yet. We're We're figuring this out, but I can tell you this, it's going to be okay. We're going to make it. And I will also tell you this, Facebook ads, Instagram ads are still the cheapest and best way to reach your customers. By far, there's nothing better than Facebook and Instagram ads for reaching your customers at an inexpensive rate. I know sometimes it feels like a lot of you guys, they're like, I'm not getting results, or they're so expensive. When you compare that to any other form of marketing, it's, except for like an email list, it's extremely cheap to market your business. So yeah, Brennan says, so Facebook ads seem to have much less ability to test. Yeah, that's what's tough, Brennan, is like, I don't have a solution for you. I still would say, hey, test. Take what data you can and do the best you can with it. But yeah, it definitely hurts your ability to know exactly what ads are working the best. That's the tough part. It's definitely going to limit your ability to do that. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Let's, any other questions? You guys have other questions? I'm happy to answer a few more here. And now I want to tell you about something new that we've got going on that I think you'll like if you guys are interested. Let's see, over in the Shirt School group, checking over there. No questions over there. Let's check on the Kerry Egler page real quick. I don't see any questions over on YouTube. I'm going to check the Kerry Egler page real quick and see what is up over there. Thank you guys for joining today. This was the techie of this is like the techiest thing that I've done, right? It's important sometimes, we got to be techie sometimes. Oh, a bunch of comments on the page. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Hey guys. All right. Somebody said, howdy, what's up? I don't know who you are, but howdy. I can't see some of the names. Anyways, let me kind of leave you with this. Let me leave you with this. And I'm so eloquent with my transition here. I did want to let you guys know we have a brand new program that we just came out with. It's a lower priced program for some of you guys that have not been able to get into Shirt School, and I want to show it to you real quick. Just want to give you the opportunity, if this is something that interests you and you haven't heard about it yet, who this is for. If you're already a Shirt School student, this is not for you. Okay, you have all this information and much more inside Shirt School. But if you are brand new to online apparel, t-shirts, print on demand, you don't know how to get started, you've been watching this live stream, you're like, what the crap is Kerry talking about with pixels and all this crap? I want to invite you to go grab our Jumpstart Print on Demand program. This is a brand new print on demand training program that I've come out with. And yeah, so India says, I'm still trying to get my store open. I'm not at this point yet. This is for you. This is for you, India. This is a starting point for you to learn how to get your store up and get started, how to build your store, how to come up with designs, all the basics that you need to know to get your online t-shirt or apparel business up and running very quickly, okay? And this is Jumpstart Print on Demand. And basically what it is, it's got 3 training videos in it along with some PDFs, how to find your 6-figure niche, how to create designs that sell, and how to build your store. And then there's a bunch of other resources. Our store build cheat sheet, our roadmap, our t-shirt idea bank is in there. And then we've got a bunch of other bonuses included, which are right here. The print on demand cheat sheet shows you how to pick your print on demand provider. The 66 traffic ideas PDF. The print on demand tools swipe file is really cool. It's got a master list of links and resources, profit and loss calculator, profit calculator, copy and paste return policy, all that kind of stuff. So it's $27. $27, okay? $27 to get into this. We've already sold a gazillion of these, which is awesome. Thank you if you bought one of these. Hopefully you love it. I put a lot of love and care into this product, and I think you guys will love it. So if you would like to go grab a print-on-demand kit, I will put that link up on the screen, and any questions you guys have, I'm happy to answer those for you. But it's kerryegler.com/jumpstart. And you can grab that kit for $27. And I really think that you'll like it. There's some really, really great stuff in there. Again, this is for beginners, right? If you're just brand new and you have no idea how to get started with an online t-shirt, apparel, print-on-demand business, go check out the Jumpstart Print-on-Demand program we've put together. brand new program. I think it's been out for 5 or 6 days. And it's a great buy. You cannot go wrong with $27 for everything that's included in there. So that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you for joining me today. We went about 50 minutes. Hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you got some knowledge out of it. Facebook ads still rule. I love Facebook ads, but obviously it's getting a little more difficult, right? Because of iOS, stinky Apple. You guys have a great day. If you need anything, hit me up.